Hi everybody. Today we're going to do question 211. So let's read the question first. Some parents give their children money on a monthly basis. At what age should children receive an allowance, and how much should they receive? So this is actually quite an easy question. Let's look at some of the words in there so that we understand fully what it is asking us. The first part I'd like to check is monthly basis. A monthly basis means each month, every month. And then in the second part of the question, it says, at what age should children receive an allowance? Now, an allowance means pocket money. Maybe you've heard of that phrase, pocket money. If not, we could describe it as being money that your parents give you. So it's not money that you worked for or you got from a job. It's money that your parents gave you. Maybe they give you it each week, or in this case, each month. When I was a child, I got pocket money or an allowance each month rather than each week, because my parents wanted to teach me how to save my money and not spend it all at once. Anyway, we'll talk about that more later. Let's read the sample answer, discuss it a little bit, and then discuss your answer, okay? Let's read now. As I have never received one, I do not believe children should receive an allowance. The first reason I don't believe children should receive an allowance is because they need to learn to work for their money. If a child needs money, he should earn it, not receive it for free. I had to get a job when I was young so that I could start paying for my own things. For example, I watched the neighbors' dogs while they were out of town, or pulled weeds out of their gardens. When I was old enough, I got a real job. Another reason I think children should not receive an allowance is because they will most likely use it to purchase wasteful things. Children typically don't do anything that would require an allowance, so they would probably spend their money on candy or toys that they don't need. Parents don't need to pay for their children to indulge their every desire. Although my point of view may seem a bit harsh, I believe parents don't need to give their children an allowance. Okay, so this person thinks that children should not receive an allowance. And they did a good job of saying that in the first sentence. You should do the same. Your first sentence should be, I don't believe, or I do believe, or I think, I don't think that children should get an allowance, like this. It's always best to answer the question immediately in the first sentence. Let's just go over a couple of terms in this sample answer that maybe you don't understand. Right down here on the 8th line, we have a few words that I'd like to explain. The first word is purchase. The first word on the 8th line, purchase. Sometimes people say purchase, but usually people say purchase. Now this just means buy, buy. And then the next part is, actually the next word, wasteful, wasteful things. This means things that you don't really need. For example, it says a little later on the next line, candy or toys. This person thinks that candy and toys are wasteful things, things that you don't really need. So purchase wasteful things means buying things that you don't actually need. Another word I'd like to check the meaning of is on the same line, the next sentence, children typically don't do anything that would require an allowance. Require. Require means need, something that would need an allowance, need money. They're saying that here children usually play things that don't need money. Is that true? Not true? And then on the second to last line, on the 10th line here, it says, indulge their every desire. Parents don't need to indulge their every desire. That means they don't need to give them everything that they want. Like you want candy, you get candy. You want pizza, you get pizza. Oh, mom, I want this toy, you get the toy. That is indulging your every desire. Desire means thing that you want. Indulging means giving up to, giving. So giving something well, giving anything that you want. Do your parents do that? If you want a new phone, they just buy it. If you want a new toy, just buy it. I guess that they don't. I know my parents never did that. I guess sometimes maybe your parents buy you something, but not anything at any time, right? So maybe you agree with the author that parents don't need to do that. Anyway, so how about your answer? What do you think? Do you think students should get some money, some allowance each month? And also, one thing I think that is wrong with this answer, is certainly wrong with this answer, is this. Look at the question. At what age should children receive an allowance, and how much should they receive? So there's a big problem with this answer. Can you see what it is? Look at the question, and then look at the first sentence of the sample answer. Is it the same question? Did they answer this question fully? I don't think they did. I don't see any ages here, and I also don't see any amounts of money. Right? So be very careful with your answer. This sample answer is based on should they receive an allowance or not, whereas the question is asking what age should this child receive an allowance, and also how much money should they get. So make sure you don't make the same mistake. You should, in the first sentence, tell me what age the child should be and how much money should they get per month, and then why or why not. Okay? So don't make the same mistake as this answer. Even though this is very useful, you should make sure your answer focuses on the question, okay? So good luck with that. Make sure you answer this question directly. And if you need any help, you should email your speaking teacher or get in contact with us, okay? Okay, good luck, everybody.